Late at night when all the world is sleeping, I stay up and think of you. And I wish on a star that somewhere you are thinking of me too. 'Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's no. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a Veve only update video, utility as well. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon. Smashing that thanks button down below. Super chats as well. Before we get started, everybody please check out at Hey David and at King Maps Forever over on Twitter, Stand Up Chart and King Maps over on the Veve app. Kobe Collection Omi Player 1 over on the YouTube, Wraithx.eth, domain name. Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Dark Link, Metal Lemon, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. At Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter. And Fanny Carbonell FR over on the TikTok. Gotta love the Fanny. We said hello to Dashi, right? Hello, Dashi. Okay, good. All right, we said hello to Dashi. So for those of you that do not know, back in like May, I think, I had the opportunity to go, and I haven't eaten a lot today. I'm just sushi. I had the opportunity to interview Darcy Donovan, who is I think CMO of eCoin Finance. And she's a singer, producer, author, has got a book, and an actress. And she does have a movie next year in which she asked me to be in. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll do it. You know, I didn't really necessarily want to break into that. Well, I've always wanted to, but never really tried. So a good friend of mine, we'll call him Punch. I don't know if he wants to be named. If he comments that he'll be named, then I'll tell you. We'll call him Punch. He messaged me the I don't know, like a month or so ago. I was like, hey, Randy, do you want to be in a movie, or do you want to be in like some sort of film? I don't know if it's. I didn't back like a month ago. I didn't know what it was going to be, and I was like, yeah, sure, I guess. Like, okay, we're filming up here, we're doing this, and his friend Eric was in it. You know, Eric Jensen was the guy that he just did work on The Staircase. The Staircase is streaming on HBO Max, and I go and we message back and forth. He says, okay, this is what you're supposed to wear. Just wear like you're going to go hiking, like you're going to go for a walk in a park. I was like, okay. So I was wearing, and you'll see it when and apparently it's a feature film. I don't know who it's going to be sold to. Netflix, HBO Max, Starz, Showtime. I'm not sure where, but this is what the guy does. And I decided to wear some, funny story about this. I decided to wear some like cargo pants, and then my white Pokemon Arcanine shirt. And I think I looked okay. I was a little. So when one of the things that I was doing was I was supposed to look like, I'm a background character that's trying to film things that's going on. I don't know if I could say the name of the. I guess I can. It's called Looks Can Kill. And Looks Can Kill is again, it's supposed to be about, I guess, a series of murders. And you don't know who the murderer is, and people try to figure it out, and like, anyway, they actually got, and I don't think I can say who's in it, but they did get, I don't even think I can say that either. They did get someone, I'll just go with this. They have, one of the scenes is you have a reporter and asking a couple of detectives about the crime scene, about a body that they had found, and they're like, are the murders connected, this and that, and one of my things was in the background was just like, trying to like pretend to film, like, oh. So I'm trying to like, so as I was like pretending to film, I'm just like, trying to like flex, like, as I'm doing it, and it, I don't know how well exactly that worked, but anyway, I had you can see that alligator Loki on set, that secret rare alligator Loki. I was showing a bunch of people that, I was showing a couple. There was a family that I was working with. There was a bunch of other background people as well. And I was telling people about the Veve app, and I was telling about the first appearance of, Spider-Man, Superman, Mickey Mouse, all on the blockchain. And, some people were interested, some were just like, meh, It's really interesting to see how some of the people that were really technical, like their jobs were like, sound or jobs PA or whatever. They're like, oh, That's cool. I didn't know like that was happening with the big stuff. Like people just think of NFTs as just like, what they are, mostly just JPEGs. Excuse me. But some of them are like, oh, I didn't know that Disney was doing that. I was like, if you saw my last video, you saw a message from a whale in there, or that I had read, and that are doing some pretty awesome things. And for me, at pretty much every big person that I get into this, they are, even if they're not necessarily educated about NFTs or blockchain in general, they know who Disney is. That's all I have to say. Yeah, partner with Disney. Yeah, we have their IP, and we are giving their first digital collectibles on the blockchain. That's all they need to hear. If that's all you need to say to people. So anyway, the director said like, "Hey, I want you in a scene, in another scene as well." So I do have to go back at some point, and at that point, it's going to be. I think we're going to be in. I can't say where it is, but I'm. I could kind of wear relatively what I want, so I'm going to try to wear that Veve shirt. I'm going to see what happens. In other news, we had this guy named Humdog. I just shared it on Twitter. Just post a really good thread about the history of Batman, from his inception to NFT. I'll be able to go and I'll probably read that on a Batman video that I do. I'm hoping, it's one of these. It's one of these things in the background here. That Bane statue. Hopefully, it's a black and white set. I mean, there's 100 of those. I mean, there's like 20 sets or 25 sets, whatever. Like I said, there's 100 of them. I'm really hoping that Bane's in one of the next ones, but we'll see. And outside of that, what else did I say? Oh yeah, utility. I was talking to them about utility as well. I forget what's in the thumbnail of the video, so let me go to the Twitter and take a look-see. Go to profile. Oh, 12,400 followers now. Oh, thank you guys. It means the world to me. Advertising Veve. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, also, by the way, since we're here, if y'all can smash that like button, it's a free way to help support the channel. Love that. So advertising Veve in a feature film. So this isn't going to be a crazy long video unless you guys just have comments out the yin yang for me. It's more going to be if I do get somehow like picked up or like, hey, I want this guy, I want that guy. This guy looks. I can't even say a couple of things. I'll totally go out and I'll if that's where the real Randy Chavez needs to go to promote Veve to the people of Hollywood, then that's where he has to go. Plain. Okay. Moving on here, we have Justin says, "Oi, eh? Oi, Justin, what up, Mike?" Justin says, "I want a camera counter on the app for AR pics." I want that too. That was pretty great. Justin says, "Loki, a gator of culture." He is a gator of culture. He's very sophisticated. I mean, eating cat. They don't do that just anywhere, Parts of Asia. I'm gonna guess in the Middle East as well. I guess Middle East is part of Asia, but Loki Gator, he's on fire. I was commenting. Yeah, I had a sushi emergency. Play Tara Play says, "Oh hey, hi Play Tara Play." Darth Chaos says, "Hello there." Oh, General Darth Chaos. Gary O says, "Let's go. Let's get this bread." MLB said, "Sup, Randy? Go Mets." I have a Met hat somewhere over there. I have a lot of hats now. I'm a hat wearer. I did not. Actually, one of the scenes I was wearing a Yankee hat. Filming in New York. Might as well. And then some of the other scenes I was not wearing a Yankee hat. So I don't know which ones they're going to use if they're not. So, ooh. Big piece of salmon. Okay. So one of my scenes was, as the reporter's doing the thing, I was supposed to go and run up like a hill and and they did the scene like, I don't know, like 8 times. So I'm running up this hill. It's really steep. It's really hot. I'm like sweating. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to smell. Everyone's going to think I'm going to smell. But yeah, that was, that's kind of what I had to do. And then there's a lot of braves, a lot like doing the same scene like 8 different times just because, all right, now we got it at this angle. We need to get it at this angle and this angle. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty fun. 1900 Hustler says sushi sounds. Yep. It does sound fire though. I love ginger. Ginger's so good. No, I don't know if this is true or not, but my friend Ben, back in the day, I had mono, and he said, "Hey, cut up some fresh ginger and just eat that. Your mono will go away." I don't know. I don't know if that, like, not medical advice at all, but I had mono. I remember. I won't call her out. I remember the name. I'll just say her name was Lauren. Won't say her last name. She gave me mono, and I was not feeling so hot. Like, I was so tired. I was so whatever. And then I cut up. I got some ginger. I ate a fudge ton of it. Felt better. Could that be a mind over matter thing? I mean, probably. I don't know if there's any. I've never looked it up. Back when I was like, back in like 04, 03, 04, 04. There was no like scientific. I don't think there were any articles. Like, Google was not. I was working with some of these kids, because we're supposed to be at a park, and this family was there. This couple and then their three kids, and they got a selfie with me. They subscribed to me. If you're here, hi, meow, 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 meow. I told them I meow a lot, which I do at the ends of my videos. Super chat coming in from Veve Darkling saying, "Shout out to Dirty Lord." It was 2004. It was like late. Yeah, it was like 2004, and she was an older gal. She did not know that I was 13. She was 17. It was a good time. It was a good. Maybe Darkling, I love you so much. Anyway, there was this. Yeah, like I said, Google is not what it used to be, or it's Google had some growing pains that it needed to do, and what happened was that this couple that I was working with their kids that were also part of the scene, they had this. They said, "Oh, what's your YouTube?" Like, I gave my YouTube. They took a selfie with me. They're awesome. They're cool. They're chill. And one of the kids thought I was like 27. I was like, "Oh my God, you are my new best friend." And then I forgot what to say. Yeah, so they were saying something about. I think the dad was saying something about YouTube. It's like, "Oh, you can make a living off it." I was like, "Yeah, I guess. Like, I don't really work." I didn't exactly tell him it's because I retired. I just told him like, "Oh yeah, I kind of make," which I do. I kind of make enough to pay the bills, as it were. But I think that probably would have just opened up a whole crazy conversation of just like, "Oh, you're retired. How old are you?" Which I guess could have been a really good sway into Veve, into Omi, and all the investments that I made. Anyway, they said like, "Oh yeah, like I remember, like, oh, I remember when that came out. Yeah, it was like mid 2000s. It wasn't always a way to make a living, but now I guess, yeah, it is. Now you can." And then I don't know, someone came up with reference to kids, and it was like, "Yeah, you guys weren't even like back in the day. Like, there was no Google. There was no whatever. Like it's so strange that some of us are older than Google, and like a lot of these kids have never lived without Google. It's like, whoa, wild, man. Actually, I don't know if any of these kids were even older than YouTube. I think one of them might have been. I think he was like 16, and he was. When did YouTube come out? 07? 06? It might have just been the same age. Anyway, forget where we're going with that. Let's move on to some other comments here. We got Greg Fogarty says, "Ayo, ayo, what's going on?" We got James and Randy. "Let's do this. Let's get this bread. I love this game." I said that a couple times. That I love this game when we were filming. Dogboy, not that I have a line in there. It's just when we were in breaks. Dogboy says, "Hey Randy, ever listen to the song El Sondito by the Hechiceros band?" I have not. Is it good? Let me know. Omar Kasaja, what's going on? Says, "Hey Randy and Dashi. Hi. Hope you're doing well." Andrew Matthews says, "Oh, yo. Hey, what was that character from, I think it was Street Fighter? I think he had a stick. And he was always like, hey, hey, hey. And he would just carry like a red stick. It almost looked like Goku's like power pole from, what's that called? Dragon Ball? Okay. It's dirty. Gotta disinfect myself. We got James says, "How do I get on the fridge?" So James, right now it is It is like a $20 PayPal per month to get on the fridge. But once transfers are back on, it would just be 2 common alligator Lokis per month for the fridge. But that's the fridge. The freezer's a whole different beast. That's a whole different story. That is, I have Standoff Chart and King Mavs on there for life. At Hey David Don was the first one, so the fridge is I think, what was it, 5,000 for life? So it's $5,000 for life, or at Hey David Don had an interesting one because he was the first one. So it's only like a couple of ultra rare alligator Lokis per month, but that deal only exists for him because he was the first to be up there. Wraithax was my first family and friends tier, so he's kind of up there for a while. Obviously super chatted a bit. Only Player One and Colby Collects, we have other deals working out. They are pending. So the freezer is different, but those are the prices for the fridge. The freezer, I guess it's up to negotiation. Super chat, Conan from Greg Frogerty says, love the stream. Sorry to interrupt the mono story. Random question. Would you sell a sub 150 rare Spider-Man for a floor Superman? Thanks. There's so much data to go over. I hope you're ready with this. We have to take a look at the amount of mints of the first appearances. You have what I don't even know. It's got to be like what, like it's in the tens of thousands. Like I think there's like 32,000 just of the common of the so the Superman has 8,888. I think it's like the most expensive set to like collect. Just because it's the most, the rare, not that it's the most expensive set, but it's for the MCP points. It's the most expensive set to complete for MCP points. Let's go to my full sets here. Okay, so the Spider-Man. Let's take a look at the common and see how many of those there are. Yeah, 32,000 just of the common. That's already almost 4x of what the Superman is. And the uncommon, I think, is 16,000. Yeah, so it's 48,000 just between those two. Like, Jesus, man. And then the rare is 9,000. So what is it, 48? So it's 57,000. And you have a sub 150. So let's go with this. Let's say there's no secret rare or ultra rare. The floor is 279. So I would say almost like 1,800 maybe for the sub 100s, but that's for the sub 100s. Let's see what they are. Yeah, you can't the cheapest sub 100 for a rare is number 72 at 2,900, and then it goes number 61 for 4,800s. That again, I don't think it's worth it for number 29 for 2,900, but again, like there's no cheaper option right now. You said you have a sub 150. The cheapest sub 150 is 139 for 650, which is, all right, that's 650. Let's go to the brands. Let's go to DC real quick. The battle set. I mean, obviously there's other Spider-Man like that. We have the Spider-Man in the Marvel Mighties. We have a bunch of Spider. We have the, God, what's that name? Miguel O'Hara. You have the Miles Morales Spider-Man. You have which actually we don't, disregard. You have the normal Spider-Man, you have the Ghost Spidey, the Gwen Stacy, and then you have the Spidey 2099. I think it's Miguel O'Hara is the name. But anyway, let's go to DC real quick. Got to go to DC Direct and take a look at Superman and see what the floor is, because you want to trade a rare Spider-Man for a Superman. Okay, 685. And so if you sell the rare, because again, there's 139 that's at 650. You might have to sell it at 600. Let's say you have 138, 130, whatever. So Mr. Fogarty, if you sell a number 135, whatever it is, for 600, hopefully it sells. Let's say you get 550 out of it. Actually, it's less. Let's say you get 540 out of it, and then if you could make up that extra 100, what is it? If you could make up that extra, 200 something gem difference, sure. But here's the thing. Like, so I thought about this the other day. this app will blow up at some point, and all of these things will be so much higher, so much X higher. Now, if you happen to like if you like Superman more than that rare Spider-Man, if it's not an investment, do it. If it's just something that you like, do it. As for an investment thing, I would be okay with selling something Marvel related for something DC related right now, because you might not get the chance to do that later. Right again, 8.5% versus that 2.5%, because you have an 8.5% fee for selling all things Marvel, Disney, 007 as well, etc., but only a 2.5% for things of DC. Why does this matter? Right now, it doesn't really matter all that much. Let's say you have something for $1,000 that's Marvel and something that's $1,000 for DC. Okay, 8.5% off something that's $1,000. Not too much. It's like 80 something dollars. It's $85. But if you say, let's say those two things grow in tandem with each other, and suddenly those are $50,000 one day. Okay, so that you 50x that price, which instead of 80 something, it's gonna be like $4,000. Oh my god, yeah, that's like $4,000. Whereas if you sell that now, that $1,000, you're only paying $80 something versus a $25 something for DC for that fee. Whereas that DC in the future, again, the difference between that is only $60 right now. Not too bad to make up that difference. But when that DC thing is, let's say $50,000, suddenly you don't have to pay $4,000. You only have to pay what is 50 times that $25. You only have to pay less than half of that. Less than $2,000. So I really think that let me just make sure. If 50x 85, yeah, 4250, but 50x times 25 is only 1250. So I would say now that's if they stay the same. Spider-Man in general is the most popular superhero. You are not going, and just to finish off that point before, it's a much easier pill to swallow to sell something for $50,000, only having to pay $1,250 fee versus a over $4,000 fee. But that being said, like now, what's going to grow more? That rare Spider-Man, which there's already a bunch of Spider-Man on here. You have that Zombie Hunter Spider-Man. You have the Ben Reilly Spider-Man. Like I said, all the other things I mentioned before. Only one solo Superman. Now you do have that one that is, racing against the Flash, and that's kind of cool. It is kind of, that's an epic scene. It was in Superman the animated series. I think they might have referenced it in Justice League. They actually did do it in Justice League, like the movie. I was talking about the original animated series, but yeah, in the Justice League movie, that was an after credit scene. It was. He's very popular, but Spider-Man is the most popular. And, is Spider-Man's popularity enough to overcome the fact that there is just on the first appearance Spider-Man, which again, there's a couple of us. So I'm not even going to count the Ben Reilly as a first appearance, or Zombie Hunter Spider-Man is also a first appearance. Or the 2099 Spider-Man was also a first appearance. Or I'm not even going to count all of those. Just this particular first appearance Spider-Man that was Peter Parker versus the original Clark Kent Superman. Is Spider-Man's popularity more than enough to overcome the extra 60,000 mints that he has over Superman? I think yes. I think 100%. There was a conversation I had with Sleeping Comics and a couple other people where we were talking about like what people get obsessed over. And I was like, yeah, like let's say Pokemon. Yeah, people are obsessed about Charizard, Pikachu, like the same way girls are obsessed with Squishmallows. And then I think somebody brought up okay, well, how many people are obsessed like with Spider-Man? And Sleeping immediately, like just just drops whatever comic he has. Like, no, people go crazy over Spider-Man. Like, you have no idea. And I was like, oh, okay, this is, and yeah, I've spent time in comic book shops as well. I just be advised, Sleepin has forgotten more about comic books than I'll ever know. Let me say that again. Sleepin Comics has forgotten more about comic books than I'll ever know about them. And he's maybe forgotten, I don't know, like a small fraction of what he knows. So there was, go watch Wendy's stream with me, Wendy, Sleepin, and Eva from Veveversity. There's a part, it's only like an hour and a half, but there's a part in there where Sleepin makes the comparison of Veve to things about, like, Sleepin is extraordinarily intelligent, extraordinarily smart. And there was, and I mentioned it in there that out of the over 1,800 videos that I've done, I have not described Veve and these comic books the way that Sleepin did in that one quick 3-minute blurb he did. So huge shout out to Sleepin. Anyway, I think that like, you could have an extra 50,000 minutes of Spider-Man, it wouldn't matter. Also because, excuse my language, Spider-Man movies kick ass. Like, they are amazing. Like, spoilers for Spider-Man No Way Home. If you haven't seen it, click away now. Come back in 30 seconds. Now, in general, I like to shout in movies. I like to scream. I like to have a good time. And some of it, I don't want to say it's forced, but some of it is just like, give me that moment. Give me that moment where, like, Captain Marvel's about to go, like, kick her ass, like, kick his, like, I love that type of thing. Kick his ass, Carol. Or, when Thor comes down into Wakanda with Stormbreaker, with Groot. Oh, can't wait for Groot drop tomorrow. With Groot and then Rocket the Raccoon. It's like, bring me Thanos. It's like, ah! Like, how freaking awesome is that? When Spider-Man gets legit, when Tobey Maguire gets stabbed by Green Goblin, I literally screamed the F word. I was like, oh my God. Like, I screamed it. Like, oh fudge. Like, screamed it out loud. Parents covering kids' ears. Because that's how much I love the characters. Like, that's how much, even if you never read a comic, even if you are too young for that 90s Spider-Man the Animated Series, which was so freaking good. Even if you've never read a Spider-Man comic, Deadpool, Hit Monkey, things that have Spider-Man in a crossover, Civil War, Secret Wars, you still have the movies. The movies are awesome. Man of Steel, I liked. I liked it. I appreciate what it was. You had some cool Dragon Ball Z fighting in there. I think there was a lot left to be desired with that. And Batman v Superman, I liked certain things of it. He's in great shape. Henry Cavill's a wicked good character, or a wicked good actor. Them movies with Superman in it that ain't it, fam. Like, I love Superman, Batman the Animated Series. I love the Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited. I loved all of this ish back in the day. Still do. Like, it's still really good. That, like, Justice League, and it's so good. But these movies are just not doing him justice. So when you have something like all of this stuff going for Spider-Man, when a sitting president, when Barack Hussein Obama is asked who's his favorite superhero, is like, I would say Spider-Man, and that is the biggest endorsement you're ever gonna get. I don't think a sitting president said that about Superman. Like, there's references to him and other things. Like, actually, Obama did reference Superman once in a campaign. I think it was I don't even know if it was a campaign speech. I think it was his victory speech after he beat out who was it? No, it was the first one. John McCain. He said, like, I am not a citizen of the U.S. I was not born here. And all the conspiracy theorists like, what the fudge did he just say? He was like, I was actually born on Krypton, sent here to save the U.S. And it was like, oh, all right, I see your Superman reference there. I, not gonna lie, respect. And again, like, I'm not saying Obama was great or horrible. I didn't like him when he was in, really, but looking back on it now, really wasn't that bad. I feel like as things go on, you recognize that president being president is like the probably the hardest job in the world, and you do what you can. Anyway, I know this is a very long-winded answer to selling Spider-Man for that Superman. If you have an emotional connection with Superman and you like Superman, and this is something that you want to share with like your family, like or you just love personal, do it. If you think that the Superman is going to match the rare Spider-Man going forward, which it very well might, it will probably outperform because there's so many other Spider-Man. Um, then I think do it for that. But again, Spider-Man is so much going for it. The only argument against doing that is that Spider-Man is just going to continue to be the best. Like no one ever was. But anyone who's into sports, let's say like baseball, will know that it's a lot easier to fall out of first place than it is to get in. Spider-Man's been on top for so long. It's a lot easier to get dethroned than it is to get that throne. You know what I mean? Um, but I would say if you make that trade, I wouldn't feel bad about it. I'd be like, okay, coin flip. Yeah. So that's I know it's a really long-winded answer, Greg Fogarty. I hope you got your money's worth there. Now where was I? MLB made sushi for dinner. My man, nice. Play Tower Play says I can't believe I just realized I haven't been subscribed this whole time. What? Oh, I'm so glad you subscribed right now. It's weird. Like 22% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. Hydrate. But I mean, it's like consistently every single month across the board, no matter how many subscribers I gain, 22% of the viewers are not subscribed. Let's see what it is now. Let's go to. I ate too much sushi. I ate too much. I'm so fat. Let's go to my analytics. And let's take a look at my audience. And we'll see that watch time from subscribers 76.8 were subscribed, and 23.2% were not subscribed. What the fudge, guys? Like, but yeah. Oh, I gained more male viewers than female viewers. There's now 98.1% of males or percent of people that watch me are male. Only 1.9% are female. Come on, females, subscribe and get this bread. Hey, speaking of females, what's up, Mrs. J. Kill? How's it going? Excuse me. MLB says, I'll be your stunt double. I look like you. Oh, very good. I mean, again, I'm not really doing any crazy stunts. I don't even think I have any lines. I feel like I feel like Elmo from anyone ever see that? It's like an outtake from is Elmo on Sesame Street? No. Is he? No. Yes, he is. It's like an outtake from Sesame Street when Robin Williams was on. He's being like a guest appearance, and he's just like playing with a stick and talking to Elmo about a stick, like using your imagination. And Elmo says, "Thanks, Mr. Robbins." And Robin Williams is like, "Mr. Robbins, take my stick back, Elmo." He called him the wrong name, and Elmo's like, "Elmo only had 3 lines." Like I don't have any lines. Like Chavez has no lines. Comment down below if you think that was a pretty good Elmo impersonation. I think it was. I'm just throwing that out there, patting myself on the back. MLB's. Oh, I just read that. Shook says, "What's up, Randy? What's going on, Shook? I hope you're doing really well." Dogboy says, "I have an acting credit too, and on IMDb." Oh, get that bread. I don't think I'll be on there because I don't have a line. In Darcy Donovan's thing, I will have a line. She said it was going to be a meaty role. I might have a couple of lines. Play Tower Plays. So glad I was able to hear about this on the utility Discord while it was happening. Make sure to check out with Randy's link. Yes, of course, everybody. Please please link down below for the utility Discord. I was telling people about utility as well over on the movie biz, how we call it. I don't know what they call it. I was there for like a day. That was it. And I go back at some point. Chris Infinity says, Darcy Donovan is my aunt. She said you were not supposed to share the title of her movie. I didn't share the title of her movie. The The looks can kill thing is not the Darcy Donovan movie. The looks can kill thing is the Eric Jensen one. Um, but I'll totally um, shoot her a message and be like, "Hey, my friend Chris Infinity said this," and I don't want to say like I didn't shout out the title of your movie. Let me go and oh god, let's see. Um, are you real? Let's see. Let's shoot her a message. Be like, is Chris Infinity really Darcy Donovan's nephew? Ooh, she do be on a space right now though. Let's join the space. Let's see what's happening. Let's start listening.
I think there's a rematch still play here. Look, Zach miscounted the score on purpose and then told the room that he won, and everybody believed it.
I don't think it's.
Everybody believed it.
Wait.
Oh, there's
I
Darcy.
have to defend
Wait.
Zach there. That was
No,
done
that's not Darcy.
on me.
That is not
Okay,
Darcy.
that was on
That's
me.
somebody else. I heard her go on woman's voice. Anywho, let's get out of there.
I've done it, and of course I had to do it.
Now, where was I? Okay. Let's go to the let's go to my channel real quick. Go to my videos. We'll go to this live. Again, everyone smash that like button. Free way to help support the channel. Anyway, moving on here. Let's get this read. We got JKillXRP saying Hero airdropped a Black Lantern Batman NFT today. Oh, who got it? Who got it? Who got it? Chris Infinity says, do you cook, Randy? Yeah. Eggs, meat, fish. The big three. Justin Fisher says, let's get this bread. I love this game. Justin says, please add not medical advice to the description. Probably should. Well, let's take a look at what's going on in the markets today, because I just got a text that said Bitcoin do be going down though. And yeah, I mean, I mentioned it in my video before that Bitcoin was down almost 4%. Now it is above 4% that it's down. Yeah, just checked. Wonder why. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Moving on. We got Veve Darklink. Thank you so much for the super chats. A shout out to Dirty Lauren. yeah, that is a chick that gave me mono back in 2004, 18 years ago. Yes. So I just learned this today, that the government has been telling its military folks, specifically active duty, not to do any Ancestry or DNA.com stuff, because if it is found out that you have a if you have a child out there, you are like the government is obligated to go and help take care, because that happened while you were, active duty somewhere, most likely deployed. Apparently it happened with a high-ranking officer in one of the branches. And then it, more and more started finding out when they started doing this 23andMe stuff, the ancestry thing, and they found out that they had kids in different parts of the world and their birthdays aligned from around the time where they were places where they were deployed or stationed, and it's like, people be doing the bad stuff. I mean, not really. It's just, it's, government don't want to pay for no one, man. No one. Olivia's an alley boy says, Randy made out with Lauren Hill or Lauren Boebert, confirmed. No, like she wasn't anyone famous. I mean, I don't think she's famous now. Let me see if I can find her on Facebook. She's a little older. She probably has Facebook, but she's only like 4 years older. I don't even know if I can know how to. I don't even. I can. I remember her last name. I don't know how to spell it. Nope. No, it's coming up different things that is not her last name, unless she's like, let's say her name on Facebook is like Lauren Eva or something. The people that make those, the middle names their Facebook name. And I don't know if I remember how to spell it. Yeah, no, this is. Let's see if. I had a couple of people that I think went to school with her that I knew. So I think my friend Gabby went to school with her, or at least knew her. So let me see if it's on her friends list. I don't. Oh, is this her? Is this her? No, this looks a little too young to be her. Then she was older. No. I'd show you a pic. I don't. Again, I don't know that wouldn't really be right. I don't think to show you a pic anyway. Um, yeah, and again, this is before like camera phones, I think. So yeah. Randy Chavez says talking like he's 70. There's now marijuana says I'm sorry for 2004. Ruben stuttered legend. Oh yeah, I remember that. Was that the first American Idol? No, that was the second. The first one was Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini, I think his name was. And then the second one, I think, was Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken. Dude, there was a commercial that he did. It was, what would we call it? Tittygate? Excuse my language. It was after the Justin Timberlake, Janet Jackson Super Bowl fiasco where there was a wardrobe malfunction. And I missed it too. I missed it. I don't know what I was doing. Halftime shows back in the day for me when I was younger were just a little boring. Now they're fun. Now they're great. Now I'm old enough where, oh, God, I'm so old. When kids don't know who like some of the halftime people are, or like when memes are made where it's like all the 40-year-old dads of the Super Bowl, like, oh, like it's like, oh man, I'm with them, even though I'm only 31. I forget where I was going with this. Oh yeah, so after the Justin Timberlake taking off Janet Jackson's like top and again wardrobe malfunction, thought that she was supposed to have something under there, she didn't, and I missed it. I'm sure I can find it online. Clay Aiken did something like a commercial where they accidentally took off his top, but he had like a tattoo of something around his nipple, and it was just funny. I just thought that was interesting. You just brought up Ruben Studdard. Unlocked a core memory. Play Tower Play says JKLXRP. What mint did you get? Yeah, I'm curious. Justin Fisher says, when do you think we'll be able to display our NFTs on an office shelf as a hologram? Is that on the roadmap? That will be on a roadmap. We do need interoperability for that. There's already picture frames that you can buy and put your NFT on there. Not for Veve yet, but it will be at some point. Greg Fogarty, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, I love the stream. Sorry to interrupt. Monosaur, random question. Would you sell a sub 150 rare Spider-Man floor Superman? I mean, I have a rare Spider-Man, not sub 100 or not sub 150, but I do have one. And if I had one, would I sell it? So I mean, probably not. I mean, just because I don't know. I like what it is now. I feel like Superman is always probably, and this is probably dangerous saying that Superman's always going to be there. Probably, but also, yeah, Superman. Like, there's a lot more. Like, what I probably should do is sell like my Ben Reilly for Superman and then some gems. Why? Because yeah, there's very, very few amounts of Ben Reilly, but there's also a lot more fans of Superman than there are of just Ben Reilly. I think Ben Reilly's. I feel like most people in the world don't even know who Ben Reilly is. So yeah. Randy Chavez says ripoff. What's a ripoff? Humdog said, let's go. Let's get this bread. What up? Randy Chavez says, so much for 100K AF15 prediction. No, that secret rare will be 100K. I've said that before. I'll reiterate that now. That secret rare AF15 will be 100K at some point. Godzilla Goo says, been hitting the weights, eh? I mean, I never really stopped. The only time I really stopped was during the pandemic when gyms weren't open, and this is why I hate New York. Part of the reason, but now it's I mean I really just need to focus on diet. The working out has been consistent. The diet has not been consistent. It says you can list for higher than the floor after a drop and still sell. That's true. You can. Benny Lee, aka Asha Tarosian, says advertising might not be a good idea. I think Veve should focus on infrastructure and getting it as optimal as possible. So when the big crowd comes, back office and infrastructure will carry it well. They cannot advertise for as long as they want. I'm going to advertise because at the end of the day, this is my investment, and I've been telling as many people as I can. I've probably brought outside of maybe, I'm gonna say I'm in the top 100 people that has brought, probably even top 50 people that has brought in more money into this. Like more money has flown into this ecosystem via Omi and actually I'll say this. Outside, I'm probably in the top 10 people to bring in outside revenue into this ecosystem, the Veve Omi ecosystem. That is not my own. People can outspend me all the live long day, but directly, and I, pat myself on the back for this. I am responsible for a lot of money coming in. That's already come in and will come in further. I'll continue to do that all the live long day because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's my investment. At the end of the day, I also believe that I'd be doing people a disservice if I didn't tell them about this. This is like Bitcoin in like 2014. Yeah, this is stupid undervalued. All of these are again. I'm a little more bullish on the Omi token. That's why I have more Omi. But even if you don't care for crypto, just buy these. Buy these. Jesus Christ, these NFTs are stupid undervalued. You have no idea. Moving on, we got Justin saying Twitter is so funny after AF15. Twitter is a war zone. Twitter's crazy. Randy Chavez says advertising is usually break even at best. I mean, the advertising I do is free. Like I don't spend money on like billboards or anything. I just talk about it. I tell people about it. Jails says Pineapple Gang. Greg Vordy says I have mint 138. Oh, you have mint 138. Okay, let's take a look. All right, yeah, that was the. Okay, going to the. Oh yeah, you're a Fogway. Fogway? Fogway. Oh, I dig your profile picture. It's a cat with some awesome 3D glasses. Easygoing Canadian collector. Nice. Yeah, I would say your big issue there is number 139. Because number 139 is at 650. So you'd have to go and list it for lower than that. Now, granted, it's this Oracle person, which I mean may or may not be a bot. I don't know. But yeah, you probably lower it $100 for now. See what happens, and then go from there. Moving on here. Mm-hmm. Benny Lee says get the infrastructure optimized right now as much as possible to a T for the masses and the Viviverse. Oh, I agree. They should definitely do that. And then Benny Lee says Pineapple Gang, you and JL represent for non-fundable wonderful. Omi Panda says every bear market, popular YouTuber spread FUD. Not you, Randy. Just seen one post, Coinbase crash and burn thumbnail has people panicking for views. Such who made that? Who oh my god. Yeah, like it's we'll survive. We always do. Like maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this is the one recession that the U.S. doesn't survive for whatever reason. I doubt it, but I mean. I don't say nothing's ever guaranteed. You always have a curveball out of left field. Aliens could invade tomorrow. No idea. But historically speaking, we survive. It's just just what happens. I don't understand the spreading of FUD. I could understand like, hey guys, like we should have some legitimate concerns about X, Y, and Z for the foreseeable future. But I feel like people spreading this FUD is like. One, I think that's immoral, but two, it's like if they are saying it out of a place of, let's say, it is concern and like everyone sell out now. One, again, still irresponsible, but two, they're clearly not thinking about the future. They're clearly only thinking like short term. Like I don't understand that. Like I don't like not seeing the forest for the trees are in the way. Like, oh my God, people are just now. Maybe it's because I was in the military, and I just don't panic like about anything. Maybe it's part of me from being in New York for so long. New Yorkers don't panic about anything. Like y'all seen that video with these two dudes having ice cream, and then one dude gets into like a shootout, and the other dude's just like doesn't even freaking move. Why? It's just New York. Maybe that's a millennial thing. Don't care if you live or die. But yeah, it's just New Yorkers don't care. We don't give a fudge. We just live life and move on. Randy Chavez says, how much is there to knowing comic books? So, there's a lot of ways I could take that. I believe you are much better off as a person if you read certain comic books. Now, granted, there are people that read comic. You read it for different reasons. A lot of people just, to be entertained. But there are some people that read because they get emotionally attached to a character, because they happen to pick up something to escape from their world, to escape from their crappy lives, and they identify with someone because I like Iron Man, even though I shouldn't. Iron Man is probably, he is one of the main reasons, probably for the conflict going on in Civil War. One of him and Reed Richards are just god awful leaders and just sometimes god awful people. Why do I still love Iron Man? Not counting the movies. Because he's an alcoholic. He's a recovering alcoholic that tries to do the absolute best that he can, and he doesn't always. He's a very flawed character. I am a recovering alcoholic. I will always be a recovering alcoholic. I'm at the point now where I, can have things in moderation and be okay. But there is always that, that chance that it really does me in. There's always that chance. Like that Mrs. Doubtfire. It was the drink that killed him. He was an alcoholic. Oh dear, he got hit by a Guinness truck. That's such a good movie. Such a good line. So like when you have someone let's say we'll go even deeper. I read the book Fruits Basket when I was younger. Fruits Basket it's a manga. It's about this girl Toru Honda, who's such a good person, such an amazing soul. She had moved in with her grandpa, and her grandpa was having construction being done. And he said, "Could you live with some of your friends for a little?" And this is after her mom got hit by a car, straight up killed, straight up saw her mom die, so traumatic. She moves in with the grandpa. Grandpa says, "Hey, I'm doing construction. Can you move in with one of your friends?" And she's like, "Well, Saki Hanajima-san, or she's got 5 people living at her house. I can't ask to go there. And Arisa Uotani, it's just her and her dad. And it's a tiny 1-bedroom already. I can't ask them. But I already told my grandpa I would. And I won't inconvenience anyone any further." So she goes and she sets up a tent in the woods down by a river where she can wash her clothes after she does her work part-time. After school and after she does her work part-time. My throat's really hurting. I'm going to have to stop soon. She goes and she could wash her clothes there, and it happens to be on this thing called the Soma Estate. And long story short, it's this girl that has every single reason to go bad, every single reason to break bad and just be a derelict, and just life hecked her hard. No lube, no Vaseline, straight up that just absolutely got hecked, and that she didn't go bad. That is such an inspiration for someone like me who's gotten hecked multiple times in the past. Granted, I have been very lucky with a couple of things, but every now and then I got hecked really hard. And it took a lot to not go down a bad path. And, I have horse on my arm because of that book, because, that there's a character that in there that also I relate to. And so there's a lot of reasons to read comic books. One is because it takes you into a world that you wouldn't have otherwise known. That's what great writing is all about. And you get enthralled in these books. You get enthralled in these stories. And I would argue that some of the greatest comic book runs by Jonathan Hickman or anything in recent history is some of the best literature that you could ever read. Sure, you have Solzhenitsyn. Sure, you have Tolstoy. Sure, you have some of these great thinkers like Nietzsche that you just read because that should be considered a Bible. A lot of their stuff. But take Shakespeare, take Northanger Abbey, take anything by Jane Austen or Jack Kerouac. On the Road, anything from the Beats. Take any of those. I don't think they compare to some of the writing that. Now, granted, some of this writing, and these scenarios are more relatable because we're in this new century, new millennium. Stuff from the Beats writings was could be considered National Enquirer of the 50s, drug, booze, and petty crime, but I feel like that's always relevant. And again, even further back, let's say like Jane Austen, it is really, really, dated. But I honestly believe that some of these American comic books that are written today, like that is some of the greatest American literature ever written. And I think people are better off having read those. Now, granted, you have to kind of know some of the characters, and you can't just go pick one. You have to go and really know who Fantastic Four are, and know who Tony Stark is, and know, Reed Richards and Spider-Man, and how long he's been Spider-Man for. And Spider-Man just can never get a break. He can just, and that's another guy. The writers just refuse to let Spider-Man be happy. Like, there's only so much one man can take. Moving on. Sorry about that. Ranch Vet says there are about 1,000 very important comic books. There are a ton. Yeah. Dabragon says, do we need to worry with New York cash out? I wouldn't say worry, because you could still cash out if you go, and it takes a couple extra steps. You have to go and go to somebody that you trust and be like, hey, I'm going to buy something of yours for however many gems that you want to cash out with, and then they cash out, and then they send you a wire, or they send you ACH or a check, whatever, or Venmo or Cash App, PayPal, whatever's hip these days, and that's it. It's just extra steps, but you can still get it done. But yeah, New York sucks. Justin says, aren't like all comic books kiddie grade level literature? No. I'm so glad you brought that up, though. Because there are stuff that is meant for all ages, like Pokemon Adventures, although that gets a little dark, too. Lorelai tries to kill Red, and, you see a Arbok get chopped in half. Like, some things get pretty... You see some almost Pokeboobies. There's some adult stuff in that. But yeah, to their credit, there is some comic books and manga that is geared towards kids, and it's, okay. But there's a ton of comic books that are like, oh my god, like this should be illegal. Like this is hard to read. This is hard to watch. Anime is like that as well. There aren't too many American cartoons that have made me feel the feels that some anime have. And yeah, I think a lot of those are really, really underrated. But no, definitely not all comic books are like that. Ready Chavez says 11th grade. Greg already says, thanks for your reply. Best super chat answer ever. Other options, I could sell the rare Spider-Man 138 and Pride 2 and try to upgrade a floor. I don't know if I'd sell Pride right now. Such a sub 100. I mean, I don't know if that would really, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, Spider-Man is really, really good. Yeah, upgrade to that ultra rare Spider-Man. That's a good one. That is a very, I'm very, very bullish on that ultra rare Spider-Man. I don't have one, but I'm very bullish on it. Omi Panda says, anyway, evening Omi Panda. Good evening, Omi Panda. Regivet says, hasn't been a good Superman movie in 40 years. I would argue that the better one, older movies just don't do it for me anymore. Some of them are okay, but like the older Superman movies are boring. They're boring. I love I like, again, the issues that Man of Steel has. Okay, whatever. Movies have issues. But there was some cool stuff that happened in that movie. There was some action. The fighting was like Dragon Ball Z. He's jacked. Like, come on, man. Yeah, and again, like, I grew up with, The Adventures of Lewis and Clark. Where Dean Cain was Superman. And he looked good. But Henry Cavill, he looks great. Benny Lee says, it won't. What won't? Play Tower Plays. Make sure you eat, Randy. # Girl Gang. I had a protein shake, and I had 15 pieces of salmon, so I had 30 pieces of salmon, and I still have another 15. So I had 6 meatballs. So I didn't get off of set today until like this morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning. I slept for a little while in the hotel. I left early. I spent all the time sweating. And, I got back. I got some meatballs, ate the meatballs, took a nap, went to the gym, did some cardio, did some abs, did some biceps. Oh, my arm's so tired. I didn't do that much biceps, but and then I had the protein. So I didn't have a lot. I had meatballs, protein shake, and sushi. Not a ton. Not a ton. So I did Selena before, Dreaming of You. What should I do now? Because it's been an hour. I know. I know what I'll do. I forget which one. Oh God, what is that? Little. Okay, I forget. Oh yeah, here it is. I think I sung this when Wendy was on first, because she's Colombian like Shakira. Patreon member shout out. Lucky you were born that far away, so we could both make fun of distance. Lucky that I had a foreign and for lucky fact of your existence. Maybe I would climb the Andes slowly to get the freckles on your body. Never could imagine there were only 10 million ways to love somebody. Can't you see I'm at your feet? Everybody, please check out at Hey David Down and at King Mavs Forever over on the Twitter, Standoff Chart and King Mavs over on the Veve app, Kobe Collection, Omi Player One over on the YouTube, Wraithax.eth domain name, Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Metal Lemon, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube. At Nomad with Guitar, at Wet Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter, and Fanny Carbonell FR over on the TikTok. Everyone say hello to Dashy. Hello, Dashy. Hour 2. Let's get this bread. Justin says, you get the roll, but have to shave everything. Oh, I don't know. It's hot. I'm gonna put on the AC. Oh God, my body. Oh, my other body. Oh God. Cha. Also, it was literally like 94 degrees yesterday, so I was not having a good time. Okay. Yeah, if it was a well-paid acting role, I'd shave everything for a well-paid one. Benny Lee, aka Eschatologian, says Randy Chavez. I think Man of Steel did pretty well, as well as Batman v Superman, as well as Justice League, but Spider-Man won't get kicked off from being number 1, I think. Agreed. Joe says, man, I hope we only have one Walt forever. Yeah, probably. Play Terror Play says Randy with the Backstreet Boys. Oh, love Backstreet Boys. Omi Panda says, love a good mono girl. I had mine. I feel like we've all had that mono experience from a girl or guy, that we had hooked up with. Yeah, I don't know if she knew I was 13 when she was 17, but oh yeah, that was the good stuff. Moving on. It says, how are you going to securely display your NFT in a frame? I don't know. We'll see. It says, has Mr. Pags disclosed if he got Secret Rare, matching mint too? I'm sure he did get a Secret Rare. I don't know if he has matching mints though. J Solo 9 says, Solo Cup. Lift you up. Sorry. Says, hey Randy, I have Secret Rare, Blue, and Beta. What is your prediction on that in the next bull run? I think I have one of those too. I don't know. Wait. I'll show you the one that I have, but I don't think it's the one that everybody else has. Oh, excuse me. Let's go to the full sets here. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like... Alright, the Blue and Beta is not showing for me right now, and I'm not sure why. Alright, let's out of that. Is it this one? Is it that one? I don't know why it's not showing for me. It's being really eerie right now. And like I said, I'm not sure why. I don't know. If that's the one that everyone had that 420 thing on, like there was only 424 mints or something like that, which Clever Jerk has number 420, which is amazing. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be highly coveted. I hope it is, because it's very, very scarce. So it might be a little bit. People that like Jurassic Park will want it, and there's going to be more than 400 people that are going to get it. So we'll see. I don't know, though. I want it. Like, I'll let you know now, like, when Omi moons, I'm probably going to get it. We'll see. Josh says, it's crazy how they did cash out with crypto, but not cash in. At some point, we'll get it. I don't know when. Could be months. Justin says, I feel guilty when I'm talking to someone about crypto and I don't bring up Veve. Yeah. Andrea Gray says, low edition size on the Thor hammers. Any future for them? Gamification? I don't know. Ow, mother flapper. That one hurt. I don't know what that was. Let's take a look, though, on the drops. Oh, you can still buy them. So the secret rare... Wow, it's only 1,000 secret rare. And there's only 600-ish that were delivered. Ultra rare is 2350. The 2350 of the... Wait. Oh, there's 2 ultra rare. Okay. It's 3800 of the rare and 3800 of the other rare. Okay. That's a good point. There's not a ton of them. I don't know what these are going for, though. Because it won't let me see. I'd have to go to the market. Have to go to collectibles. And... Is there a secret rare? Yeah, there is a secret rare. So I'll go and I'll search by secret rare. Okay, and Stormbreaker is at 149. Yeah, I would say probably a little bit. Because, you know, I don't know what they do if it doesn't sell out. Like there was, like, out of the Thor posters, only 542 were minted. Do they go back to Marvel, or do they get burned? I don't know. You know, we'll see. I don't know if they'll be gamified, though. I don't think they'll... I think, if anything, the Marvel Mighties might be. If there was any ones that were going to be gamified, I think those might be them. Greg Fogarty says, glad I found you. Liked and subbed. Biggest move I have made on Veve, which may hurt later, is I sold Fantastic Four #1, but you got it on the drop. Wow. For an Ultra Rare Vader #159 and Todd 116. Anyway, I love your 2 cents. Cheers. That Todd's going to be worth a ton of money. Tens of thousands of dollars. And probably Vader as well. But Todd especially. I mean, both of them, but... God, Todd... I get there's so many more Batman, but there's only one first set. That first set's going to be well over 100K at some point. Yeah. Maybe even multiple hundreds of thousands. Reso Guy says, you need to really think things before taking a decision on this market and remember what you are really in for. Greg Fogarty says, P.S. I like your Mrs. Doubtfire impression more than Elmo. Okay. All right. I can dig it. Real Talk says, did Randy land an AF-15? I had a common. I sold it. I took some profit. I wanted some profit. I needed a win. All right, like that just mentally, I needed a win, so I took the win. Poetry Delivery says, "What up, homie? What up, Poetry Delivery? How you doing?" Justin says, "Doors. Oh, the Doors are good. Love the Doors." That's maybe I should do that one next. I'm gonna love you. Nick Batchelor says, Randy, do you think common Spider-Man comic, even though 6,000 mints less than Vader, can be the same as the ultra rare price since the original cover? No, it won't be the same as the ultra rare price, but that'll probably be $1,000 at some point. That common comic book. Let's go to the market. Let's go to the comics and see what it's at. Wow, 666 common. It's at 539. That is nice. Yeah, this will be $1,000 comic at some point. When, I don't know, but the ultra rare is 2,200. That might go below hand, you know, short term, maybe goes to 1,500, but long term there's not a ton of those. You know, long term that goes to multiple thousands. What's a secret rare at? 15.4. Not bad, kid. Crazy Dan 420. What's going on? Saying, how's it going, bud? At 30 years old, I was still a kid. I'm now the same age as David Yu and have been sober from alcohol for 25 years. Best decision of my life. Have a great day, everyone. That's so impressive. The hotel I was at, like, you get 2 free drinks. I did not take them. I was doing very well. You know, I drank a little bit with Foster Hilt and his buddy Mike the other day. I did not. I don't have a. I'll probably stay sober. Man, maybe. I mean, I guess I'm more of a social drinker now because when I'm alone, I don't really drink anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. Every now and then, you have a hard day. You just need a cold beer. You don't need it, but oh god, that feels good. There's oh god, there's nothing coming home and just be like, oh god. It's the simple things in life. Like, to quote Mr. Wynn, you can offer me a dime. Oh god, I don't know. I gotta sing that. It's just called The Simple Things. Mr. Quinn lyrics. What was it? Yeah, to quote Mr. Wynn, you can offer me a diamond-plated pearl. You can send me all the riches in the world. You can tempt me with the palaces of kings, but I'd give 'em back in a big old sack and keep the simple things. Oof, so that song is such a banger. That song slaps so hard. Moving on. Yeah, I like the simple things. Keep Comstock on says, you straight paper-handed your drop. How do you feel about that, knowing people such as myself would have just held, especially knowing that the first ownership blockchain may be huge in the future? First ownership will probably be very big in the future. Like when you have, if you have the chance of paying 1,000 gems for something that has had 8 different owners, or has had 1 different owner, you're going to want to get the one that has 1, and you will probably be able to carry a premium like that. That being said, I don't know how to explain this without. I've been, and maybe there's clearly something wrong with me. I have more money that or more OMI than most of the community. I have this channel where people love me, and I have opportunities happen that I've never dreamed of. I have met people like I know like real people. Like this is, I should feel like the luckiest SOB in the world, and I know I am, and I guess I am, but for whatever reason, maybe it had to do with the breakup a couple months ago, maybe it had to do with just things keep being delayed, and I can't really help the conservation community the way in which I want. Don't know why. It's been feeling really down, and I just needed a win. And it's like, hey, putting in $20 and coming out with $349, whatever, after taxes, fees, or whatever, or after the sell fee. I just needed to lock in that win. It's like when Dr. Cox is talking to Elliot about how they have almost gone 24 hours without a patient dying, and a patient dies at like 11:54 or whatever, and Elliot's like, let's just not tell anyone. Let's just not tell anyone. We need this, and Dr. Cox says, listen, perfect game, where nobody dies in 24 hours is a miracle. But you know what? So is a one hitter, and I'm not gonna let you cheapen it by going and maybe this is the wrong analogy, but I'll finish it saying I'm not gonna let you cheapen it by lying about it. One hitter we should be damn proud of. Now, go grab a cup of coffee. New game starts in 5 minutes. For whatever reason, I just needed a win, and I took that win and just mental health win. That's just pretty like. Should somebody have slapped me and be like, Chavez, what the fudge are you doing? Like this is probably the biggest comic on the app because of the scarcity. If it were the same amount of editions, or if it was 30,000 editions, it would be number 2 easily. But I think it's number 1 because of the scarcity that it has, in conjunction with it being a grail. Like this would have been number 2 on the app if it was 30,000 editions, but I think it's number 1 on the app because it was only 10,000. Because and it's like, hey, think like sell something else. Like my God, but a lot of the other stuff, kind of down with, and I don't want to sell the other stuff. I like the other stuff. Making Fantasy 15 is great, but I just whoever got mine for $389 or whatever it was, $380, and they got the real Randy Chavez one. Hats off to them. Tip the hat to them, because they got a good deal. So I'm okay with it. I'm fine. 90 Hustler, did you get another AF-15 or not? Are you going to specific mint or variant? I'll probably get one when I have a, when Omi moons, I'll probably get one. Not really for, at that point, a lot of it's not really going to be for profit. It's just going to be because I want them. So yeah. I might actually pass on that and just get the actual physical AF-15. I don't know. We'll see. Gabriel Gonzalez says, 2 of my properties in E2 went up 8,000% today. Put them up for sale with no guarantees they will sell. That happens every now and then when there's a sale for something that goes way above market value. It happens. Your reminder to hydrate. Phone out of the sun says, Randy, would you get a super low mint AF-15 common, 1 AF-15 secret rare, or many AF-15 commons? Probably many AF-15 commons. That's what I would do. Does the Veve logo is cheap and only 40 available? I want so badly to sell stuff and stack more of those, but I can't. I can't. If those Veve logos are still down where they are when Veve moons, you could be, and we have Omen NFT, you can be damn sure I'm buying a bunch of those. Damn sure. Keep calm, stack on. By the way, I didn't land, but I did, I would have held. Love you, no hate, just curious why you sold. Yeah, that was my reasoning. Ibra Gonzalez says, I have a wild theory that the Thor hammers will be required for breaking the Infinity Stones. Randy, did you see how there were 2 ultra rare? Why are there 2? 2 ultra rare and there's 2 rare. I don't know, man. I mean, it would be really cool. It would be really cool if you could do that. We'll see. It says there are 2 for a reason. Maybe. Ibra Gonzalez says, oh yeah, I read that. Justin says, rocks and socks selling for 200K. That's a good point. O-Face says, it was a run by fruiting. That was such a, I saw it was a drive-by fruiting. That was so good. Mrs. Doubtfire is such a great movie. Big Batcher says, wouldn't AF-15 common be 5 times what Marvel 1 once did? I think it will make a 25 to 3,000 for real. I mean, just because I say it'll go to 1,000 doesn't mean it won't go to 1,500 or 2,000. You could very well be right. Nick also says, last question. What would do better? First appearance Vader matching mint, complete set, number 125, or AF-15 secret rare? So 125 is very, very good. It's better. It's like what, top 1%, maybe top 2%. Yeah, I would say that's in the top 2% of Vader sets, like matching mint sets that you could get. The one of the number, like if you can get a matching 41 set, that's obviously it. But I think the only matching sub 100 set is had by Clever Jerk, who has all the mint number 66s. Matching 120. I think you're the only other one I know that has a matching Vader set. Matching sets will be insanely valuable in the future. Like let's say a non-matching set for Vader, let's say in the future is I don't know, $5,000. You could easily command 10, if not 15,000, if not more. Matching sets are so hard to find, especially for the rich people. Like for most of us, us poories, us common folk, there's fun in the hunt. There's fun in like, I got number 88, or I got number 126 here and 126 here. Gotta wait for the 126 over here. If you could find that, if you can get that, that's a hunt, and that feels really good. But if you're rich and you're just like, listen, I just want a matching set because there's so few of them, and I just want this deal done, and they don't have the time to do that, you can upcharge them so much money. So much money. But AF-15 is already 15,000. That'll be $100,000 in the future. Will a matching Vader set 125 be $100,000? I don't think so. I mean, fudge, maybe. But I think if a matching Vader set 125 is 100,000, AF-15 secret rare will be double that, if not triple. Like, I think AF-15, because of the scarcity and because of the physical value of it for the physical comic, that's why. Complete tab. Yep, I got that. Crazy Dan for those. To be honest, I do use massive amounts of cannabis instead of alcohol, though. Whatever works for you. Super Duper Hank says, "What's up, Randy? Just saying hello, good sir." Thank you, Super Duper Hank. I see your other comments saying, "Hey, Randy, just saying hi." Hi. Oh, my body. Ooh, my wrists. Okay. Better was I. Anthony R says, "Randy, can you help me sell my E2 Pablo Escobar property? Want to use the money for an engagement ring this fall." Throw it up on Twitter. I'll comment. Throw it up on Twitter. I'll do a comment. And congrats to you for getting that engagement ring, tying that knot. I was at a friend's birthday party the other day, and we one of her friends has a boyfriend for like 6 years, and the dude hasn't proposed. Now, I'm not one to pressure people, you know. Let them do what they want to do. Like 6 years, like come on, crap or get off the pot. Like you know or you don't know by that time. You know what I'm saying? So I was going to say, you know, when it got brought up, like, oh, heard you and your girlfriend broke up. Like, yeah, okay. I was going just to mess with them. I was going to say, yeah, I proposed. I'm really ready to sell that. She wasn't ready, and it's like just to mess with them. Of course, none of that happened. But that just would have been funny. But congrats to you for making that decision. Crypto Nighter say, did you say you broke up with your girlfriend a couple months ago? Yeah, it was the day of the Vader drop. It was. That's why I messed up. I messed up on the Vader drop because of the breakup. Like my mind was not in the right space. Omi Panda says, you got to take in hindsight. If I could have got one, I didn't try, but I'd have a soapbox to question from. No one knows how the prices lay out. That's a good point. Nobody knows. Omi Panda says, easy to scream from the benches after the shot. That's a great point. Subby0 says, Randy, my bad for coming at you about selling it. I kind of see where you're coming from with the mental health win. Love your content. The Zombie Island theme is a recurring gem. Gotta love the Zombie Island thing. Yeah, and it's fine. It's I get it. Dude, there are some people that are just like that are on Twitter is like, Randy, I lost respect. Like, girl, like I didn't like kick a puppy or anything. I sold the comic book for profit and I didn't cash out. Like even the NFTs from Veve that I did sell for Omi, I never sold Omi. I keep every single thing that I've invested. Over 99% of my net worth is in the Akomi Veve system. Never cashed out. So for anyone who says like I think differently of you, like I've put more money in than a lot of people ever dream of putting in. Heck off with that ish. Moving on here. Jay Solo says there are 5 hammers but 6 infinity stones. Yeah. But I do think though that one of the stones we might just get as a stone. Maybe like the Mind Stone or the Soul Stone. I don't know. We'll see. Like you might not have to break it out of the Eye of Agamotto or the Tesseract, you know? Jay Solo says, oh yeah, I just read that. CubeComics.com says, hope to see you at DCon. I will in Anaheim. Hope you're going. I took a picture for you at the kickoff and would love to see you again for some more pics and chats in Anaheim. We shall. And Super Duper Hank, thank you for the super chat saying what's up. I hope you're doing well. Wraithax with the super chat, $10 super chat saying make that cheddar. I'm trying. Wraithax, how was Gen Con? I heard it was pretty awesome. I heard good things, but yeah, comment down below if it was pretty sweet. Super Duper Hank says, okay boss, see you later, brah. Peru, and USA. Got it. Chris Infinity says, did you break up with her because she forgot to hit the buy now? No, it was like a mutual thing. You know, there's an episode of Modern Family where Jay is talking with Dee Dee, you know, his ex-wife before he met Gloria. Sofia Vergara. And they were talking about their divorce, and he says like, nah, you know, you did the right thing by filing. I just didn't have the guts to file for divorce. And I think that we both knew that we were just different people, and like what really made us look at it was we were watching this thing called Scream Queens, which is really good. John Stamos is in the second season, and he's dating the main character, who's she's like a 20-something-year-old girl, and he's a 40-something-year-old doctor. So me, as and his girl, the girl was like a streamer, and like a streamer, and we kind of saw ourselves in that. She's a 40-something-year-old veterinarian, a doctor, and I was a streamer that had fans, and it was just we just saw ourselves that, like, okay, they're not right for each other, even though we loved each other, and we are both good people, and I will have nothing but good things to say about her, because I only think about my exes when I love them, and I have very good relationships with all my exes, and I think that's important. So there's a quote I know I'm going off the hinge with quotes here, and thank you, Raythax, for the super chat saying blew my mind, loved it. I'm so glad. I hope you got some good stuff over there. Now again, I only think of my girlfriends when I love them, and I think that's important, but I also think it's important to know that we tend to cling to the personalities and memories of our loved ones when we knew them, forgetting that they do change. And sometimes it does blind people. I hope that if I ever change for the worse, I told this when I tacked on senior airman in the military, I told my friends, like, hey, listen, this doesn't change a thing. I'm still the same person, and if you ever see me like abuse my power in a really bad way, just be a friend and let me know that I'm like doing this wrong. I hope that you guys, if you ever see me changing for the worse, you guys be like, hey, Randy, that is not cool. Like, I had a buddy of mine tell me, hey, you need a friend to tell you X, Y, and Z. I'm telling you this, and this is why you shouldn't do that. I was like, okay. And I listened, because sometimes you need, like, some of the best football coaches weren't the best players. Some of the best football and baseball coaches were not the best players. But, man, are they good coaches. So, yeah. Sometimes you can see things that others can't. And Raythax, thanks for the super chat. Like, make that cheddar, and that Gen Con blew your mind. Crazy Dan 420 says, thanks for the live stream, Randy. Have a great day, man. You too, Crazy Dan. Avery Gonzalez says, Power Stone comes with Thanos in the movies. David 205. I don't know if the Power Stone would come with Thanos, or even if Thanos, we would have him, or his Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know. There are multiple Infinity Gauntlets, though. Just letting you know. Chris Infinity says, I remember she made awesome tea. She was also into NFTs. Just want to... Yeah, no, she... Like I said, she was... This was probably one of the healthiest relationships that I had ever been in. You don't date someone for a year and a half. I mean, I don't date someone for a year and a half as my longest relationship, unless there were some very good positives in it. Were there negatives? Sure. There's not always, just sunshine and rainbows. Also, before I, get to the rest of that story, I do have a shout out to NF Thankful. NF Thankful was, at NF Thankful, was kind enough to go and send me a couple of things. One being a shirt that says, "You know me," with the Pokeball and the Disney stuff, and then another shirt that also has the same thing, and "You know me" drink coaster for some drinks, keeping it cool, keeping it warm. There's some Spider-Man in there as well. And Raythax, thank you so much for the super chat, saying from my girlfriend and me. Oh, dude, hugs, brother. You guys are great. You guys should come to Decon. I think I think wouldn't it be great to meet, and then also to be just to be around the community a little more. I'm gonna try to get Arya to go to a decon as well. But check out Arya's last video where Arya Investments, where he talks about utility. Anyway, yeah. So there are obviously, like I said, relationships aren't all just sunshine and rainbows. But yeah, she's a great cook, great. It was the healthiest relationship I've ever been in, and still love her. I miss her, and I wish the best for her. That's all you can do. And for anyone that's going through like a breakup, or anyone that's going through like things will get better. You just gotta know that sometimes there's an awkward phase. Some people are not ready to be friends right away. Some people need a little time to heal. Wait for that wound to scab over, And I don't think I'll date again for a long time. But like actually there's something I have to read you that was from a Facebook memories from a few years ago. Because it wasn't so long ago that I was dating another girl. We'll call her Jackie. Her name wasn't Jackie. We're just going to call her Jackie. Nurse Jackie is what we called her. I met her when I was at the VA. Where was I here? Hurt your feelings. Power. Reach out to you. How busy. Oh God. Where was it? Should I read the whole thing? I don't know if I want to. I said that she, talking about Jackie, she was really open-minded too. Like she could entertain a thought and mull it over without an obscene reaction to it. And that's how let me feel my feelings. Kara, Operation Cognitive Recalibration. Ooh, that's super soaker though. Animals have been fine. His legs. Punching me in the frontal lobe. I don't have a girlfriend anymore. Kara copped a feel of me. Plenty of work to go around. Oh God, what the fudge? I could have sworn it was today. Keep me busy for a while. Yeah, I know, good. Got to bounce, prepare for the next few days. Yes, so I said, my friend Brittany says, I know this sucks. I wanted this for you too, as in a working, healthy relationship. And I said, it's probably for the best. We all have goals. This would have gotten in the way of it. That's pretty much it. That if I were to go and try to date again, that's just going to get in the relationship, or that's going to get in the way of what I want to accomplish. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not dead. If anyone wants to, I'll totally do the thing. But I'll Julie do the thing. But yeah, it's too much time that I don't have. That needs to be put towards other things right now. And I'm not 20, but I think I'm still relatively young, where I could find happiness if I wanted to at some point. I am, but yeah, I'm very, very busy though. So I'll come back to that dating circle if and when I decide. Like JBL coming out of retirement, if and when I decide. Chris Infinity says, oh, sorry, no more questions about your ex. Thanks, Randy, of course. Says, are you buying the Groot drop tomorrow? Yes, I will. I have the whole Groot set. I actually have a couple of Groot sets, from the Holiday Groot, the Dancing Groot, Baby Groot. And this is, I'll get this one as well. I like him. Kids like him. He's a really good character. Keep Comsack on says, just want to give the best wishes, brother. I'm, by the way, not married yet, and I have been with my girl since 2002. I know, crazy. She doesn't like me spending huge time on Veve, but I love this game and future games. Get that bread. Good for you, mate. I'm glad you're happy. I hope you guys are happy. 20 years together, you're probably happy. Great, thanks. Thank you for the super chat, saying from my girlfriend and me. I love you guys. Superstar Money, what's going on? Says, let's get this bread. What is your number one catalyst to bring in the masses? New IP, macroeconomic changes. Probably a little bit of everything, but I mean, MCP and OUP really help the older users, and they help the ones that have OMI, but that doesn't necessarily bring on new people. I think that I think we really need education, and I don't know where that comes from. I shout out to Gary Vee for educating a lot of his followers on how to buy actual NFTs, and not that we don't have NFTs, like these are NFTs, but like NFTs from OpenSea, like actually going and saying, hey, get a MetaMask, get Ethereum, you got, learn how to wrap yourself, and like that is not easy to do, and he did it with his following. We don't have to do that, but I think in general people need to be educated on NFTs and why, yeah, some are crap and some are, always be crap, but not always. They won't always, like NFTs in general are going to rule the world. Like this is a new technology that not everybody understands. And the people that don't understand it clearly, don't like it because, again, if you don't like NFTs, you just don't understand them. Because again, an NFT is not inherently bad. You just go and, some are, bad because they're, not great for the environment, and they're knockoff crap, and they make crap and they sell crap. Anyone can make and buy and sell crap. But just NFTs, like being like gym memberships will be NFTs. Like everything will be NFTs in the future, because it's simple, it's easy to confirm on the blockchain. And again, some of the first collectibles on the blockchain is just wild, just bananas. So I think education of NFTs will be a very big catalyst. It just got to get more mainstream. But when Disney starts marketing for us, like Veve itself, part of the reason why I like Veve in the first place because they did no marketing, and they haven't done any marketing. Like go and let me show this photo real quick. Again, I wish they did do marketing, because I'm want new users. Like, come on, it sucks trying to go and it sucks trying to watching our stuff go down every day. But you Google Amazing Fantasy 15 Veve, and what does it say? I'll read it for you if you're driving. Your search Amazing Fantasy 15 Veve did not match any news results. Like, I don't work for Veve. I don't know if Veve is telling their people not to market. They probably are. They're probably telling them don't market. It is not hard to go and reach out to journalists and saying like, hey, you've covered Thor before, you've covered Spider-Man before. Guess what we're doing? Guess what this is doing? Easy article right there. Like this is so freaking easy. And I refuse to believe that it's because Veve's incompetent. I don't think that's the reason. I think it's just because they are holding off on marketing to focus on other things right now. Now, should they market certain things like Amazing Fantasy 15? Abso-freaking-lutely. Why? That is a historic drop. And I think they dropped the ball on it. Just because you market for one thing doesn't mean you have to market for everything. If you don't want to market for Groot, don't market for Groot. Don't market for 90% of stuff on here, but market for the grails, like, for pity's sake. My God. And again, like, if they haven't started marketing by the time Omi moons, fudge it. I will do all the legwork. Like, you guys have my word. If they have not started marketing by the time Omi moons and is a couple of cents, I will go and do the marketing for free because I have to, because apparently nobody else is doing it. But I will do that because, again, my investment, they can't tell me not to. So and I'll do that. I'll do all the legwork. I know people that have been marketing majors, that have made successful, amazing businesses by marketing. I'll do it. Like, again, for free because I have to. Because, so, well, but again, at some point, they can turn it on, and you'll have WB, you'll have Universal, you'll have Disney, Marvel, you'll have every single, Nat Geo, every single person and company on Earth that we're having, they'll be marketing for us. Everyone will know Veve. I know I'm impatient. I want to get it started sooner, and maybe me in the future is like, Chavez, gotta calm down, bro. Like, it'll happen at some point. Like, fudge, man. tired of being poor. So it's going to be marketing, but it's not going to be from Veve most likely. It'll probably be from the people that are partnered with Veve. Fun of the Suns, are you getting VIP for Decon in November? I did get VIP for Decon, yes. Keep Comstock on. Drinks on me if we meet up at the Decon, by the way. Much love, hermano. You have to own a Pride too, though. JK, you'll get them either way. Thank you so much. Omi Panda says, Dashi has you, Randy. You're never alone, brother. Love the Dashi. Pat, pat, pat. It says, Omi doesn't have an E in it, peeps. Well, homie, Omi, you know what I mean. I'm going to grab some water because, oh, my body. Ow. Hydrate. Good time to hydrate. Okay. I was going to eat some more sushi, but I don't think I need it right now. I will at some point. Just as PSA, we don't know the early backlash on Web 1.5 because it was before the internet. That's a good point. Rob Stone says, what is the reasoning on how the NFTs are bad for the environment? It just costs electricity. Like, they're really not bad. Especially ours. Ours are carbon neutral, but some just happen to be, a little bit. It says, why? Because you use a computer to mint them? Yeah, pretty much. Like that's like their only argument. The biggest catalyst is AR glasses hardware. I feel like that's not going to be for a long time, though. Like at least a year. I mean, some people think that I did a video on this before. Dr. Prophet had mentioned it, that there's somebody that's a really big analyst that's really reputable, says that they'll have 1.5 million AR glasses delivered by the end of 2023. I don't think so, but again, I'm not the analyst, so we'll see. But yeah, I think that will be one, but I think that'll be one in the far future. I think ones that now will probably be marketing beforehand. Darth Chaos says, I just Googled it, and I get Twitter Veve and Medium article Veve. Maybe it's just Canada. Send me that link, Darth Chaos, please. He comes back on, says, your chat with Wen, Viveversity, and Sleeping Comics had me thinking. Licensing rights for your own work is huge, as opposed to the rest of the crap NFTs without utility. Veve will be epic. I agree 100,000%. Darth Chaos says, it uses less energy to mint NFT on Immutable X than to use a Google search. Yeah, Immutable X, there's pretty much no carbon footprint for Immutable X. Does the scientists have proven the Earth has gotten colder in the last 20 years? Good. I mean, we needed a way to combat global warming, right? So I went deep down that rabbit hole of global warming and, the environment, I think during the pandemic. I used to be a crazy, not a crazy, although a little bit of a crazy conspiracy theorist. So, where I'm coming from, I think is a place of logic. I think what I learned is that the Earth is billions of years old, and it is a very old and mysterious place that we don't quite understand yet. Even still, like we haven't explored the deepest parts of the oceans. So when you have these environmentalists saying like, oh, this is the cause and this is the cause, like, okay, well, what were the causes for the last 8 ice ages where humans weren't around? Like, riddle me that, Batman. Now, is what we're doing by taking carbon from inside the ground and putting it in our atmosphere, is that a good thing? Absolutely not. That is probably one of the worst things that we could do. But to say that humans are the cause of all the destruction on Earth, that's nonsense. That's absolute nonsense. Again, what happened the other ice ages where humans weren't around? Now again, just to reiterate, taking carbon from the Earth and putting it in the atmosphere is not a good idea. But hopefully we can find a way to, move away from fossil fuels and be good to our Mother Earth. What we got here? We got Alex saying, do you see AF-15 common being the most valuable of the AF-15 rarities because of the cover and historical significance? It'll probably continuously outpace the uncommon, But I don't think it'll be the most valuable. Like I said, it'll probably outpace the uncommon. Maybe even the rare at some point. Maybe, but probably not. You know, just because there's a lot more mints. Or do you think the other rarities will do better because they're more scarce? Yeah, the more scarce ones. Alex says, riddle me that, Batman. Yeah, I don't know. People are... I think that was a well-deserved riddle me that, Batman. My response to everything in this life. I'm glad you guys... One of the funniest things, I didn't even intend it to be funny. It was just, when people were talking about... I was talking about KYC accounts, and I was like, you know, if you KYC like your grandma's account, and then you commit credit card fraud on your grandma's account, like over $10,000 or more, whatever the price is for a felony, the feds are coming for grandma. And as soon as I said that, which is true, like they would, it's on her account. Everyone started commenting like, Chavez said they're coming for your grandma. It's like, not grandma. I don't know why that was just so funny to everyone, and then me too. Just the reactions. Not grandma. Michael Zellian says, stacking more Omi this week. Do you have any insight you could share about the team's progress and actual utility for the token? It sucks hearing rug pull doubters all day. Heck, that Hex streamer. Oh god, that... Do not invest in Hex. Not financial advice, but do not invest in Hex. I don't know how that's not labeled security. If outright rug pull, but Omi utility is going to be wild. Y'all remember the 90s? Nickelodeon? Wild and crazy kids. It's going to be a wild and crazy time. I don't care what other YouTuber, what other streamer or influencer says what the price might be. They don't know what's coming. I'm telling you right now, they don't know what's coming. They're all wrong. Now, maybe they're wrong for the right reasons or they're right for the wrong reasons. But I'm telling you right now, they're all wrong. Nobody knows what's coming. But it's going to be wild. Justin says, how has civilization accelerated so fast in the last 100 to 1,000 years? If we're billions of years old, can't believe it. Oh, the Earth is billions of years old. Humanity's only existed for like 250,000 years, maybe? And, you know, like, again, technology did not develop that quickly. You know, you like, what, fire? The wheel? Agriculture, I guess. And then what I think really helped was the domestication of wolves, was dogs. I think that, because, I mean, why are dogs man's best friend? When they were wolves, we kind of had this agreement. I had a dream about it one day, especially while I was on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I had a dream about it, where... But I'll say the dream in a minute. But historically, why did we do that? Well, you know, every now and then, people would hunt, and they would give some leftover bones and some leftover meat to the wolves. And what would happen? Wolves would start hanging around the humans because they knew that every now and then, you'd get a free meal and get some scraps. And then what would happen? If a bear or another type of animal would come across the campsite, would come across the, you know, hunter-gatherers that we were, the wolves would be like, you know, wolves would go crazy and alert us. So we developed a really good symbiotic relationship. It's like there's a spider, I forget what type of spider it is, but it keeps a pet frog. Like spiders keep pet frogs. I forget which one it is, excuse me. But there's this type of big giant spider that befriends these like teeny tiny frogs, because the frogs get all the other insects that the giant spider can't really reach, and they just have, and the spider won't eat the frog, and the frog knows this because the spider's its protector. The spider protects the frog from other bigger predators, and the frog eats all the stuff that it can't get. It's like lions in Africa with those little like Kekleon gecko things. But like lions are constantly barraged by a bunch of flies. What happens? Those geckos from the trees go on their face and they eat the flies. And geckos be like, geckos be going crazy. Geckos be wilding out there. And, the lions won't eat them because, again, they provide a service. So I forget what this was even about. We were just talking, so it's talking about 100,000 years old. When you have something like, technology moves so slowly. What we did not have like the written word, and we I guess hieroglyphics. I mean, and I'm not even going to go into the alien conspiracy theories. Whole other ballgame, but maybe that's right. Maybe how do we get so much technology so quickly? Maybe alien technology. That is possible. Like that is not outside the realm of possibility. You cannot tell me 100% fact that we didn't get some of the stuff that we know from aliens. Now, can I prove that? No, of course I can't. But Justin's got a point. We developed really, really quickly. Now, that being said, how else could we explain it without aliens? Okay, well, what is the rate of technology doubles every 18 months, give or take? At least it used to. I don't know about now. Moore's law? Wright's law. Wright's law. Fly. So when you have something like, okay, we used to have, how do we have to get books? We'd have to write out books. Freaking ridiculous. And the printing press came along. Now, people can get educated on things so much quicker because they don't have to wait 6 months for somebody to write one freaking book. And people have to share it. No, you could print thousands of books. That is such that has really helped humanity. Because again, somebody like Tolstoy and Nietzsche and like just all these amazing people, all these amazing thinkers can go and write down their stuff and people can read it. The internet is the printing press of the 2000s, of our lives. Why? Because one person can have an amazing idea, and everybody can go and follow it right away. We got a big super chat coming in from Ernie Malas. Thank you so much with a super effective. Oh, was that a well, that's a spinning heel kick, but super effective is a Pokemon move. So it'd probably be a low kick for Pokemon. Super effective against electric type Pokemon, against rock type Pokemon. Fighting is against normal Pokemon. Fighting is a pretty good style. Thank you for that super chat, Ernie. Where was I going with this before? Ernie's such a bro. I love him so much. Can't wait to hang out with him again. It's been a while. Where was I? Okay. But yeah, in the last 100 years, and also when you have, I forget the dude's name. A lot of stars. Well, granted, a lot of stars systems are Greek. A lot of the star systems and the star the names from them are Greek, but the stars in general, I think, they have Arab names. I forget which ones they were. I know there's the difference between the ones that are Greek and the ones that are Arab. But there was this one Muslim leader. I forget his name. Someone comment down below if you remember it, that had declared that math was the work of the devil, or the work of against Allah or whatever. So you had these amazing minds that all just said nope, math is the devil, and civilization crumbled in that time within a generation. And that's one of the things I think about every now and then. What would happen if something where would humans be if that didn't happen? Where would humans be if people like Nikola Tesla were allowed to really thrive and allowed to not die penniless. And where would we be? Like Salem witch trials. How many amazing geniuses were out there? Maybe that were women, or in general that, I don't know if men were burned in the witch trials, but how many people out there had these amazing ideas like, oh, I don't want to be labeled a witch, so I'm not going to say anything. Again, like, people used to do surgery and stuff without sanitizing. People used to do the surgery without... It wasn't until, like, soap came around that people started living a lot longer and not dying in surgery. So, yeah, I think a lot of this is... It's just humans being really good at working together. Does that happen all the time? No. Some people are savages and just... But humanity in general, I'm very, very bullish on. Like, I feel like it's in human nature to really be selfish and to really just kind of go what you want, but humans just as a species had said, hey, let's all just try to be really cool and teach our kids to try to be really cool and to like share and to, you know, don't do anything if it's hurting someone. And I feel like, and again, don't go, but in the Middle East and other parts of the world, it is a different world. Like, it is, and there's still some savage lands in this world, and so I'm so thankful to be an American, so thankful to be here in America. There is, and now I think that gets better as technology gets better, where, you know, I think half the world still doesn't have internet. You know, Elon Musk with Starlink going on and giving people internet, that's only gonna help the world kind of become less savage. Anyway, spend a lot of time on that. Moving on. Justin says, they live, we sleep. Bahaha. Omi Panda says, I love when Randy goes off topic. Dovecast is laughing. Justin says, not Granny. Alex says, they're coming for Grandma. Dovecast is not Grandma. Like, I gotta take a picture of this for Snapchat. He's like, not Grandma. Says, you commit. Oh, God. See, I'm gonna put this on Snapchat, and people are gonna be like, what's going on with people's grandmas? So I'll post a story for them saying, if you commit credit card fraud on your grandma's KYC'd account, they're coming for grandma. All right, let's see what the Snapchat has to say about that. Grandma. Okay, I'll I'll see what they say. Moving on here. We got Keep Comstock on. Says, did you say conspiracy theorists? I always had my friends scared talking about the government watching what we talked about while drinking pre-Snowden, and now they think I was onto something. Okay, hang on here. Okay. There is a... Okay. Ah, man, I gotta be careful what I say here. Well, Obama ran on transparency. And because of Snowden, you're getting a lot of that. There's many people that think Snowden's a traitor. And there might be some good arguments for that argument. But what did he do? He showed what the government was doing, for better or worse. Same with Bradley Manning, or Chelsea Manning, as she's now called. I mean, Jesus. I'm glad that it happened with an American, and, you know, all this data wasn't like sold to Russia like under the table, and, you know, like, I mean, granted, it was out there for everyone to see, but I remember that in like 2014. I was in the military. You know what, Snowden, this mother flapper, we used to be able to watch movies. We used to be able to put in the thumb drives into our computers, and we used to be able to watch movies. Couldn't do that after Snowden, that mother flapper. Sorry. I just getting back on topic. Just had to. Sorry. Did anybody die as a direct result of what Snowden and Bradley Manning did? I don't know. I mean, no one that I served with, I don't think. But I don't know. I think if you take a look at what we had, transparency we had before and the transparency we had after, I think transparency is a bit better. Maybe the government's a little bit better at hiding their secrets. I don't know. But oh god. All right, when you eat so much sushi that you can't open up your phone because it doesn't recognize your thumbprint. I don't know this password. First world problems. Totally first world problems. Okay. I just had a text message from. What's coming, right? Buddy, I just sent me the Betty Boop. The what's coming, Randy? I can't say. Oh God, where was I? I forget what I was even talking about. Yeah. So listen. Even Brock McBlockchain said it. Unless you're using Signal or like somehow like get private chat, the government knows. The government has every single email that you've sent, every single text that you sent, every single text that you saved. You sent nudes, government has your nudes. Supposedly they don't look at them unless warranted. Like if you commit a crime or a series of crimes, maybe they'll look into something if but now government analysts aren't supposed to look at that. It has been confirmed that some NSA people have looked up their ex's files, which is such an invasion of privacy. So creepy. But yeah, like it doesn't matter what you think, what you don't think. Government has all this information on you. Emails from 30 years ago. They got it all. Like, let's not pretend here. Government's got everything. It's in the name of it's in the name of Homeland Security. There are some people that say like, hey, you know what? I'm not doing anything wrong. The government wants to keep me safe. They can keep me safe. They can do whatever they want. There's some people, and this is where I fall in, where government shouldn't have that much power. Government tends to not give up their power once they have it. And it's wrong. That's not what a free society is about. It's like freedom of speech. In order to speak freely, you have to risk offending people. In order to live freely, you have to have some risk. Like there was a meme that this family was in jail. Like this family was literally in a jail eating food, and they were thankful. Like, oh, so much terror going on outside. I'm glad we're safe in here. We're all safe. We're much safer here. It's like, what did Thomas Jefferson say? People who give up their freedoms for security deserve neither. Maybe it's old school. Maybe it's the military in me. I cannot condone a course of action that can lead to tyranny, such as government oversight, government overreach. I cannot endorse it. Maybe it's my love for Captain America. That ain't it, fam. And again, let's say the government right now, or over the last 20 years, let's say they had our best interests at heart. Let's say they did. Let's say they wanted nothing. They had nothing but love and respect for its citizens. And I feel like Rodney Dangerfield is like, oh, anyone who buys this hat should get a free bowl of soup. Oh, but it looks good on you though. I feel like by saying that, but let's say it was. For argument's sake, let's say they were. The government is just people. Very, very flawed people. And they're people with agendas, and agendas change. And even if the person that's in there today is God's gift to earth, they won't always be there. And someone is going to get elected at some point that is going to want to abuse that power. You do not want that power going into the wrong hands. I don't understand how some of these people, well, let's go back, wind the clock back a couple of years, that just hated Trump and literally thought Trump was a Nazi. I don't know if that's going to get me banned or whatever, or on whatever on YouTube, but People thought that Trump was literally one of those guys. And they still wanted you to give up your guns? Like, my God, man. If you think the person that's in power is actually going to start rounding up your friends and murdering them, why on earth would you give up your guns? That makes so little sense. Get a little too political here. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. Obi Panda says, make sure the kids are in bed when we're going off topic. Yes, it's gonna give them some nightmares. 1900 Hustlers is, how do you feel about facsimile comics for some of these grails to match up with your Veve NFT comics? Obviously, the real AF-15 is the way out of reach, as well as other grails. Yeah, I would very much like, you know, Marvel is great. I hope we get DC, but there's some other really cool stuff that we don't have. Even within those, within Marvel, obviously we don't have DC yet, but within Marvel, yeah, there's other things that there's so much room to grow. In like we've barely scratched the surface, tip of the iceberg. Rafael Garcia says, better grandma than me. Alex says, grandma's a worthy sacrifice. My God, people. Rafael indeed just says, I feel like gamers are gonna look back on NFTs after they made fun of them and just say, dang, for missing the wave. A little bit. Oh, I missed out my 2-hour Patreon member shout out. What did I sing before? Oh yeah, all right, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be a good one. You can offer me a diamond-plated pearl. You can send me all the riches in the world. You can tempt me with the palaces of kings. But I'd give them back in a big old sack and keep the simple things. I got the simple things. I got the rain in spring. Got spicy chicken wings and French fried onion rings. You can line me up with my limousines, where it don't add up to a hill of beans. Alright everyone, please check out at HeyDavidDon and at KingMavsForever over on Twitter, stand up chart and KingMavs over on the Veve app, Kobe Collection, Omi Player 1 over on the YouTube, RayTax.dth show name, Kyle Willson, Wendy Stibalis, Puddin' Cheeks, Veve Las Vegas, Taps Trades, Mars Davis, Legacy Bermuda, Sody Pop Media, Veve Darklink, Meta Lemon, and Veve Vibes, all on the YouTube, at Nomad with Guitar, at What Wizard Veve, and Gary O at 1234CA3, all on the Twitter, and Fanny Carbonell FR over on the TikTok. Go follow her, love her. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Hour 3. Let's go. Let's get this bread. Okay. Grandma got arrested because of Veve. I was like, Grandma, run over by a reindeer. Grandma got arrested because of Veve. Darth Chaos says, I have a facsimile AF-15 for that reason. 1900 Hustler. Nice. Rafael Garcia sounds like an Xmas song. That is not an Xmas song. That is a... Well, I think you said that before. Yeah, you said that before the Mr. Quinn one. Chaos says, lol, Raphael. Raphael's laughing. Keep comp stack on. Saying, simulation theory has been on my mind as of late. Are we living in a big ancient simulation? I feel it sometimes, and maybe this is just a sweet or bad game we're living in. Thoughts, Randy? Yes. Yes, 100,000 times yes. I'm gonna need some sushi for this because this is gonna be a big topic. Woo! I'll stick to it. Okay. What if? Let's take away the Earth being an organism for a second. And let's say this is No Man's Sky. What was in No Man's Sky? Just unlimited amounts of other worlds. Let's say Earth is a game. A VR game, whatever. And well, let's say it's an arcade game. You put in a coin and you get a credit, and then you randomly get put into, you're born into a Canadian family, you're born into wherever, and you know, each people play the game differently. Like Pokemon. Yeah, you beat the Pokemon League and you do whatever, but what about the after game? What do you do? My goal was to be the world's best breeder. My goal was to get all the Pokemon that I breed the best Pokemon that I could up to levels 100. And I would, you know, use the Pokemon that were already leveled to train the newer guys spend a ton, beat the Pokemon League like 100 times, and spend that money that I would earn in the Pokemon League to buy vitamins and everything for my new Pokemon. And I'd be spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. And why? So that I can get this one up to a level where it can compete in the Pokemon League and win, and then start using it in the Pokemon League, and then have that not only make the money back that I put into it, but also start making money for the next generation. So, that was my goal. But there's more than one. Like, there's more than one way to play. Ask any poker player, about like pocket tens and there's more than one way to play a hand. People have quants now. People, poker is getting a little more computerish, but more than one way to play a hand, and there's more than one way to play this game. People want to be the world's best chef or the world's best. People have dreams. Some people don't. Some people are very happy just raising a family. Like that's their goal. And shout out to those people for keeping the human race going. I think we might have an issue if the death rate is going to be greater than the birth rate, then we're going to have a huge issue at some point. But yeah, I think that because there's so many different ways to play this game called life, so many different avenues, and why have we gone up in population? Maybe because the game in the real world that's out there, maybe this Earth game has just gotten more popular, and that's how many users there are. When it started, maybe there wasn't anything. Maybe it was like how we have tech trees in games. Let's say like Polytopia. Here's your tech tree, and you have to work to get this. And then as people get that, as people work to get that, it can be shared. And maybe there's a bunch of other tech stuff that we haven't discovered yet, but people like Elon Musk will discover it, and other people will. So let's say you start out wherever, and then let's say you have a certain amount of stat points. Like, I was born in probably one of the crappiest places you could be born. In Peru, in a building with no roof on it. In a little four-walled, not even incomplete house with no roof. And maybe the person's like, this is the crappiest starting place ever. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put all these stat points into luck. I want to have a little bit, and maybe this person gets a little bit of intelligence because of their luck as well. Maybe that's something that you can't tell until the player or avatars are older. So, the luck just got me out of Peru. I happened to get a decent mind. I happened to get a relatively okay body. Wasn't exactly good looking for a while. Still not, but for the most part, I think the money can make up for that in the future. Maybe that's it. And maybe that, people try to explain it away like twin flames, where they go and they say, oh, hey, I knew this person right when we locked eyes. Maybe that's because it's a player with a second account, or it's a player that, a husband and wife are playing this game, and they're playing together. And, and maybe there's curveballs that the game throws at you. Like, hey, you're doing really well, but the game's going to throw a curveball. Can't be too easy. And similar to like how where there's a game called Star Wars Starfighter for PlayStation 2, where in one of the last levels, there's a starfighter where you're supposed to, after you take out their shields, you hit them a few times, and then every starship is like that. You take out the shields, you hit them a few times, they die. There's a boss level where you have to defeat the boss. You take out his shields. I hit this mother flapper with every single bomb, seeker, missile, and guns that I could. He didn't die there. Why? Because it's coded in the game that he's not supposed to die there. You have to beat him again at the end of the level before you escape. Why am I talking about this? Why? Let's say you do everything right for so long, and why aren't you getting ahead? Why do bad things keep happening? Maybe because you're playing on hard. Maybe because the person that's playing as you is on hard mode, very hard mode, difficult mode, and maybe it's coded into this game that we're not supposed to make it yet, that we're not supposed to be rich and famous yet, but it's coded that it'll come later. when Omi moons or when these things move. Now maybe that's just me trying to explain away why I didn't take profit and why like I'm still here in this grandma kitchen, but I mean I've been thinking about this well before I knew what Omi was, well before I think this is a very real chance that we are just a simulation. And breaking the fourth wall. Hi guys, are we? I don't know what happens after. I don't know, but it's really cool and fun to speculate, I think. Alex's video game, We in the Matrix. Darth Chaos says, very true, Justin, especially the mobile gaming, where they are spending hundreds of thousands. Already, lots of people do be spending a lot. Alex says, red pill, blue pill, Randy. I don't know. I mean, what did Wolverine say to the girl that kind of trapped him and thought that made him think that she loved him? He's like, it was real. Like, what did Wolverine say? It was real to me. Like, this life, whether it's a game or not, it's real to me. And I think it's real for everyone else that can feel pain and emotion and sadness. It's like I remember seeing this meme that, a kid was on the beach and there's like hundreds of thousands or millions of starfish just on the beach, and they're like cooking in the sun and they can't get back to the water. So there's two guys that are out there, and one guy, he grabs a starfish and yeets it back into the water so it doesn't cook in the sun and survives, and his friend's like, he says, what was that for? Like, it's not gonna matter. Like you're not gonna change anything. And the guy says, well, it matters to this. It mattered to that one, and it mattered to all the ones that he could help. So, maybe we're not real. And you know what? This entire Earth, this entire spinning rock that's in the middle of space, this could get completely destroyed, and the universe will move on, and it won't really care. Maybe there's other beings out there looking for us as well, or just life in general. Maybe they know that it's very lonely, and most of these floating rocks in space, or these stars that are populated by planets, most of them do not have life. Even if they are, maybe it's probably not intelligent. So there's probably not too many of us, and I think they would, when Piccolo tells Goten and Trunks to go into the hyperbolic time chamber to train and work on their fusion Ha technique, and he takes Majin Buu down there to fight them, and they're fighting, and for those of you that don't know, in the hyperbolic time chamber, there's only one way in and out. Goku, Gohan, Vegeta, Future Trunks, Piccolo, they've all gone in there before. And there's only one way in and out. It's a door. And when he goes in there, Piccolo destroys the door, with him, Trunks, Goten, and Buu inside. And why does he do that? Why does he condemn himself and two little boys to death? Because he's trying to save the world. And what does he do? Why does he justify him doing that outside of trying to save the world? He knows that they'll be fine, because Piccolo says, yeah, Majin Buu could kill us if he wants to, but then he'd be all alone for eternity. And Majin Buu very well could have killed them, all three of them, but again, then he'd be all alone. Now, granted, they both just screamed like mother flappers, and they, opened up a pocket dimension and they escaped, but spoilers. If we were to find, I mean, humans are so different. Humans are not so good at coexistence. So I hope the alien race that finds us, two hopes, is that one, they are more advanced than us, and two, that they are peaceful. And maybe they could help. And I think, maybe there's like Elon Musk and other people, but I honestly think I would be one of the people that would be good at being really honest and saying what people are really like, and who I think we can trust and who maybe we can't, and maybe I don't know. I would like to think I know maybe a couple of other people that are probably better than that than me, that but I don't know. I forget where I was going. I forget what the original question was. Red pill or blue pill, forget. And Arya Velas, thank you so much for that super chat with that super effective video game there. He's doing a punch and kick now. Punch and kick. Maybe it's mock punch. Such a good move. We got with Justin saying 100% some ordinary gamers comments hate NFTs. Yep. Owen Panda says, on my pops worked overnight psych until 2 a.m. doing charting. Air got staticky, looked up from dark standing in day room, scared my soul, it dissipated. Psych tapes erased 2 days later. Oh, hell no. Hell no. Okay, Omi Panda, I'm going to take a picture of that, and I'm going to put it in that utility Discord, because that is exactly the type of thing. Like, we literally have a thing called Supernatural. So I'm going to go to Supernatural, and I'm going to put that picture in and be like, creepy stories. Oh. Okay, moving on here. Justin says, cancel the number 2. The number 2 what? The number 2 what? Rafael Garcia says, Omi Panda, you don't have to work during your stay. Omi Panda says, no, it was free. Did I finish the... Oh, I thought I had 2 more. No, I forgot. I thought I had 2 more sushi. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need it. Rafael Garcia is laughing. Omi Panda says, it happened, but I can't explain it. 4 of us saw it, but it was erased. Literally just got a chill in my spine. Could be because the AC's on. I don't know. Oh, water is the drink. Rafael Garcia says, you're creeping me out, and I'm laying in bed. I better turn on my Snoopy nightlight. Oh, I want a Snoopy nightlight. Snoopy's so cool, man. What was his name? The Red Baron? Oh, God, he's such a cool pilot. Dude, scary. Me and actually, so I didn't know what we were filming. I thought we were filming something like a Poughkeepsie Tapes movie or whatever. It's called Looks Can Kill, but yeah. What did I say? Oh, God, I forgot what I was saying. Looks Can Kill, oh, yeah, like, we were going over creepy stuff, like, that would happen. And the creepy stuff that would happen to some of us, like, not on set, but just, like, in there, like, Poughkeepsie's got a rich history of being creepy. Kelly Boudreau, what's going on? So you might really enjoy listening to Lex Friedman's podcast, where he interviews Andrew Bustamante, former CIA spy. They discuss Snowden. I love Lex Friedman. Lex Friedman he's such a homie. He's such a chill dude. He's like, I would love to meet him. I would love to just... I don't think I would be good at interviewing him. Some people want me to, like, interview him and, like, Joe Rogan and, like, listen... Yeah, I don't think that would be a good interview. I think them interviewing me might be okay. Might be okay, but yeah. Me interviewing that, like, everyone knows they have so much content, they're so busy. I don't know if that would be worthy of their time to come on my... Because, again, like, what could I ask them that other, people haven't? Omi Panda says, Snoopy will save you. Raphael's laughing. Justin says, we were sold to the core for gold, hence the gold tassel on the flag. Ibra Gonzalez says, all it takes is the wrong leader who suddenly has access to all of that power, then whammo. Good point. Justin says, police definition is corporate policy enforcement. Alex says, it's all about trading freedom for security. Bad times. Michael Gazelian says, Randy, next week, let's rally a week-long fast. Water and salt tablets only to advertise Veve to the masses. I don't know if I could do that, fam. I don't know. I don't know if that's the move. Justin says, I don't see the back half of crypto being real pretty. Who knows? Says we're not some bookings. Dovecast says Matrix. Sleeping Comics says let's freaking go. Sleeping. I was just talking about you before. All good things. All good things. Rafael says when is the AMA? There's an AMA tomorrow. I think Reese is going to be on Superstar Money's channel. Mark D says this F word blows. Give me metaverse. Oh, this world effing blows. Give me the metaverse. Alex says this. Rafael Garcia is laughing. He's been nothing but laugh tonight. It's like Johnny Carson's girlfriends must have done nothing but laugh all the time, like Rafael Garcia. Justin says, "Give me that face radiation." The sun. Rafael Garcia says, "Mark D, maybe you can find a girlfriend in the metaverse." JK, of course. Maybe I could find a girlfriend in the metaverse. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready. I'm too busy. I don't have time. Maybe at some point. Mark D says, "Zing." Justin says, "Once Boink is replaced in the verse, population. Once Boink is replicated in the metaverse, population goes down." Honestly, that does worry me about sex dolls, because you have people, particularly men, that would have bred with a woman at some point, but then they decide, okay, well, it's going to be cheaper in the long run if I just get a sex doll, especially an AI sex doll. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, we shall see, though. Keep Comstock on says, "No need to explain why Omi hasn't mooned yet, bro. You came from the hardest times in the past, and I feel the same way. If we are in a game, you will win, and in the end, I hope to as well, Randy." Yes, I believe you will also. Y'all say we will eventually win. It's just a test, and maybe God's playing through us, are seeing who the real ones are, hence your name, The Real Randy Chavez. Yes, I agree. Andrew Jesus, "What happened to all the exchanges the team said they had lined up? What was the reason for Omi not being brought on those exchanges at this point?" They still have them. It's just the same reason why Earth 2 delayed their listing. You don't want to list in a bear market. So I'm very happy that they're not in this bear market, but I definitely do want them at some point. Just as Veveverse, "I'm finding me a girl in the Wendyverse." Oh, dude, have you guys seen the Wendyverse? So, it was on Instagram the other day, where, or I saw it the other day. I don't know when it came out. They have like snowboard. Let's see if I can find it. Let's go on the YouTube. Wendy's Metaverse.
The metaverse. We can officially order the metaverse.
Oh god! All right, Metaverse commercial. Okay, I don't know if I can play the music, so I won't. But this is the... Now, I'm not gonna lie. I would set up an account in this metaverse. I would go. I would do it. This looks like fun. I would do it. Like, y'all remember Yoville? I would play. I would play this so hard. Yeah, totally. Justin says, "Looks mad litty." Totally mad litty. Oh, alright guys. This has been an interesting 2.5 hours. Y'all got me to go pretty off topic. Let me do some YouTube comments beforehand, though, before I bounce. It's gonna be some comments here. Oh, not too many. Humble Home Cuisine says, "Definitely Scooby-Doo. Thanks for the info, boss. Let's go." Woo! I think I did a pretty good video before. Hasn't done that well. It's okay, there we go. Oh, no. Okay, yeah. Got 684 views in 4 hours, 48 minutes. So maybe almost 705-ish hours. But yeah, it was a 14-minute video. I think it was pretty good. Like I said, if you're not into the 2.5-hour stuff, like these long-winded podcast streams, you could definitely go and watch all my videos. That they're usually like 12, 15 minutes, give or take. Please, OUP and OMI updates. Hopefully soon. Hopefully soon we get. Hopefully shortly. I don't like to say soon. Anyway, keep calm, Cycles. Thanks for being such a great sport on your QA, Randy. You're the best. We love it. I love you guys too. Thank you all for the super chats. You all are my bays. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys so much. All right, goodbye. Meow, 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 meow.